So, in the last weeks, a lot of information about version 6.6 has started to spread, and honestly, it became a little hard to follow everything. So in this video, we will put everything we know so far about version 6.6 into one clean place, so you do not have to search through 10 different posts just to understand what is actually going on. Let's start with the banners, because for most players this is probably the most important part of the whole update. Version 6.6 is expected to have Nicole, Lehen, Mavuika, and Duran. The current leaked phase order is Nicole and Duran in Phase 1, and then Lehen and Mavuika in Phase 2. That is also the same order that has been talked about for a while now, so it looks very believable, but the official confirmation will only happen in the special program. If this phase order is correct, then Phase 1 is already very dangerous because Nicole and Duran together are a really strong banner combination. Nicole looks like one of the most valuable supports of the patch, maybe even one of those characters that a lot of accounts will want long-term. And Duran is already known as a very strong off-field pyro character with good personal damage, good pyro application, and strong team value. So for many players, Phase 1 might already be the main target. Phase 2 would then have Lehen and Mavuika. Mavuika is obviously still one of the strongest pyro characters in the game, and she can work as a very powerful main damage dealer, while also having some sub-damage dealer value. Lehen is the new cryopolar main damage dealer, but the important thing here is that he is expected to be added to the standard banner in the next version. So if you are pulling only for account value, Lehen is probably the most difficult character to recommend, because you may be able to lose to him later. But if you really like him, or if you want his signature weapon, then his first banner is still important, because his weapon will become much more annoying to get later. Then we also have the new Anemo 4-star prune coming, and people keep comparing her to Venti, at least in the broad sense. She brings Anemo utility, swirl-based interactions, buffs based on her attack stat, and off-field support for the team. What makes this even more interesting is that both Prune and Nicole seem to pair nicely with Varka. So if you pulled Varka earlier and felt like he was a bit underwhelming, version 6.6 might be the patch that gives him more of the support pieces he was missing. Now, outside of banners and characters, one of the biggest pieces of version 6.6 information is the new artifact sets. The first set is buffing the Superconduct reaction. The 2-piece gives attack, and the 4-piece increases Superconduct reaction damage. It also gives extra crit rate for hits against enemies affected by Superconduct. That sounds simple, but the important part is not only the set itself. The important part is what it tells us about the future. If Hoyoverse is already adding a Superconduct-focused artifact set in version 6.6, then that makes the leaked Sandrone kit direction feel much more believable. We already heard that Sandrone will lead into a new reaction direction, likely a stronger or changed Superconduct for the road to Snezhnaya. So this artifact set is almost like an early teaser that cryo and electro reactions may become much more important soon. And honestly, that would make a lot of sense. Superconduct has existed forever, but for most players, it was never one of the most exciting reactions. If Snezhnaya is really going to change or expand cryo-related reactions, then starting to prepare players with an artifact set like this is very logical. The second artifact set is more connected to Hexerai characters. The 2-piece increases energy recharge, and the 4-piece gives elemental damage bonus after using an elemental skill, with stronger effects when the party has the right Hexerai-related condition. In simple terms, it looks like a support or buffing set for Hexerai teams, and that makes it feel like the matching set for Nicole. She is clearly one of the main characters of the patch, and this artifact set seems designed to help those special Hexerai-style teams become stronger. This is also important because it shows that version 6.6 is not just a normal filler patch with a few random banners. It looks like a patch that prepares multiple future systems at the same time. One artifact set points towards Superconduct and Sandrone or Snezhnaya. The other points toward Hexerai teams and Nicole. So even if there is no new map, the update still seems very important for team building. Speaking of no new map, that is another thing we already know from the early information. Sadly, version 6.6 does not have a new area. That means the Primogem count is not boosted by exploration this time. For free-to-play players, the early total for version 6.6 should be around 9,690 Primogems, which is about 61 pulls. If you want a detailed video where I go through every single source, then check out my last Primogem video, because there I explain exactly where that number comes from. Version 6.6 also brings some quality of life changes, and one of the more useful ones is a new save point feature for long Archon quests. We are also getting new envisaged echoes sprint effects for Navia and Wanderer. This is not the biggest gameplay change in the world, but it is still a nice cosmetic update for people who enjoy these character effects. One more thing I want to mention, even though it does not fully belong to a version 6.6 information video, is Alice. Based on the current leaks, it looks like Alice may also not come in Snezhnaya, or at least she is not looking as likely as many people hoped. And honestly, that is very sad. A lot of players expected her for Nodcry, then that did not happen, and now people were hoping early Snezhnaya could finally be the moment. But right now, it does not look that clear anymore. Of course, this is still early information and plans can always change. But if Alice really keeps getting pushed further back, that would be disappointing for a lot of players, because she has been one of the most talked about characters for years. She is important in the lore, and people have been waiting for her for a very long time. So even though this is not directly part of 6.6, I still wanted to mention it because it affects how some people plan their long-term savings. For me, the most important takeaway is that version 6.6 is not just about who you pull right now. It is also a setup patch for what comes next. Nicole may become one of the best account value supports. The Superconduct artifact set are an early sign of Sandrone and Snezhnaya reaction changes. And the Hexerai support set shows that Hoyoverse is still building around this new character group. So if you are low on Primogems, I would really not pull randomly in this version. Think about what your account actually needs. If you want the safest long-term support value, Nicole looks like the clear focus. If you need a strong off-field pyro unit, Durin is still amazing. If you want one of the strongest pyro damage dealers, Mavwika is still a huge option. And if you love Lehen, then this may be the best time for his weapon. But as a character, remember that he should enter the standard banner later. Let me know in the comments what you think about version 6.6 so far. Are you pulling for Nicole, Durin, Mavwika, Lehen, or are you saving for Sandrone and the early Snezhnaya characters? Also tell me how many pulls you have saved right now, because with these banners, I think a lot of people will have a very hard time deciding. We are also getting closer and closer to my dream goal of 20,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy these leak roundups, Primogem breakdowns, and banner planning videos, subscribing would really help a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.